Hello ladies! Welcome to the first episode of Miss Jose, I'm Confused. Episode 1, Harmonizing in Thirds and Fifths. Before we start with anything else, let's review. These are called notes. This is whole note, half note, quarter note, 8th and 16th note. These are the rests equivalent. This is the whole rest. This is the half rest, quarter rest, 8th rest, and 16th rests. In music, we use a 5-line grid. And that is called the staff. These 5 lines has technically and understandably has 4 spaces in it. These are the 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always count from the bottom. And then the 4 and then the spaces are 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I assume in grade school, you already know the acronym Every Good Boy Does Fine. And the spaces as Father, always come early. And because of those pitch names, you will locate or you can locate where C is. If the third line or if the first line is E, naturally the space below it is D, and then the ledger line below that first space is C. There you go. By the way, these are the pitch name or pitch names if you are in the treble clef. If it is in the bass clef, we have another problem. That's for another episode. Okay, the most basic scale is called the C major scale. It starts with C and ends with C. A scale has a set of 8 actual number 8 notes in a row. Let's say we are in the C major scale. It starts with C, you know where C is already, and ends with C as well. And then count to 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. On the intervals of that, we'll talk about that next time, okay? So, this is C, this is D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Since I am asking you to sing, we will substitute the pitch names to the SOFA syllables. The start of the scale is always Do. Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, or in singing, it's better if you call it C, S-I, and then Do. So, that's the scale. But, in harmonizing, you don't use just one-line melodies. What you have to do is create triads or chords. What are chords? Chords are triads or a set of 3 to 4 notes, actually 3 or more notes, that is played or sung with the given melody. So, for example, your given melody is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. That's your given melody. Now, if you want to harmonize, you have to put triads or chords above C, above D, above E, F, G, A, B, C, or triads above Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. How does that look like? It looks like this. If the note is on the line, make 2 more or add 2 more on the lines above it. Line, 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 space, 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 line, 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 space, 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 line, 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 space, 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 line, 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 space, space, space. that's already in harmony. But of course, we'll analyze this first. So, this is the C chord or C major chord. The notes are C, E, and G. And it is the third and the fifth of C. C right here is number 1, or we call it the root. 1, 2, 3. Third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth. So, when you sing the root, do, do. The third of that is do, re, mi, do, mi, third. Do, so, fifth. Do, re, mi, fa, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth. Okay, so now that you know what the triad is or how to find the third and the fifth is, let's move on to your asynchronous task. Your asynchronous task is this. Do, mi, sol, do. Incidentally, these are the notes of the C major chord or the C chord. But each of the note has to be harmonized. So, what do? First, we identify the thirds and the fifths of each note. What's the third of C or do? Do, mi. What's the fifth of that note? Do, mi, so. That's the fifth. Mi has a third and the fifth also. Mi, fa, so. That's the third. And mi, fa, sol, la, ti, si. That's the fifth. Third is so. Fifth is si. Okay? Now, sol right here has a third and the fifth also. So, la, si, third. Sol, la, si, do, re, fifth. And then, C here only has the same as the first one. Now, the most basic harmony is the third. So, when the recording sings do, mi, so, do, you may sing mi, sol, si, mi, or you can do fifths. Sol, si, re, so, or a combination of thirds and fifths like mi, si, re, mi. What I did was third, fifth, fifth, third. You vary thirds and fifths, but if you can, that's fine with just the thirds or just the fifths. That's it. So, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate. Please go ahead and PM me at hjose@spcpasig.edu.ph. Thank you for watching the first episode of Miss Jose, I'm Confused. And the mantra at the end of each episode is, I get it now. See you next time.